Welcome back. For the second year in a row, a Travis County judge temporarily blocked the state from releasing A through F public school accountability ratings. This time, 5 school districts filed a lawsuit asking the courts to intervene. Districts are mostly graded on student performance on the state's annual standardized test. But after the test was moved online in 2023, some school district leaders are questioning the validity of the computer-scored results. The Texas Education Agency was set to release the results to districts today and the public on Thursday. A hearing on this is set for later this month. Joining me now to discuss this further is Mary Lynn Pruneda. She's a senior policy advisor for education issues at Texas 2036. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. First off, what do you make of this ruling, and what does it mean to once again not have these accountability ratings, these grades come out as planned?
Well, it's important to contextualize the ruling and kind of our past history on school accountability. Texas has not rated 100% of its public schools since the 2018-2019 school year. This means that if you were a third grader in that school year, you are now entering your first week of high school, having not had your school system ever fully rated as a state. And this is a problem because parents use that information to make good decisions for their children, and we want every parent to be able to have the best information we possibly can as a state to make sure that they're making the right decisions for their child.
Well, given what you're saying there, what about going online and districts' arguments that it's a flawed process? What steps could help ease their concerns? Do you think it's a flawed process?
I don't, actually. I think that the process has been very open and transparent to the public. The agency has sought public comment over the past several years on improvements to the accountability system. It was always the intent starting 2 years ago to up the rigor of the accountability system, because actually what a lot of people don't know is when these lawsuits first started, only 60% of your students had to graduate ready for college or career in order to get an A. And actually what the state did is said, hey, 60% is actually not an A for our kids. It shouldn't be in the accountability system, so we need to up that percentage.
You were mentioning this, but relying on this for the rating system, parents relying on this for the rating system to see how successful districts are. What about just kind of the how funding is tied to this? If districts are failing and fewer kids are going there because of attendance, and how much that is rolled into all of that, and the school success, and whether or not there's a state takeover.
Yeah, so there's actually no school finance kind of formula trigger or funding trigger that flows based on the performance level of your district. There are some federal funds that the state provides to help you improve in the cases of if you are one of our campuses that need improvement. Now the funding that would change is, if a kid decides, well, my school's not really meeting my needs or not really performing, and the parents decide to move maybe to a different apartment, to a school that fits the child's needs better, then we would see the money leave and follow the kid.
Do you think that this, without these accountability ratings and without them coming out, like you said, since 2018 really, is doing disservice to the state? Or do you think that, kids are continuing to perform and we're seeing that in other aspects?
Well, this is one of the tensions right now in public education, is that we've seen a decline in our STAR scores, particularly when it comes to mathematics, science, and social studies. And we need to see the opposite of that in order to get us back to our pre-pandemic levels. And then beyond that, we need to get even better than we were before the pandemic, so that more than 50% of our students are reading and doing math on grade level. I think these accountability scores really do matter, and they really do contribute to our community's information and resources on whether or not our public schools are thriving or whether or not they need more support.
Leslie, really quickly, maybe put you on the spot, but how close is it to getting back to pre-COVID, pre-pandemic levels in terms of just student success rate? Yeah,
in reading, I believe that we're better than we were pre-pandemic. In math and the other subjects, we're either below or close to below.
Mary Lynn Pruneda with Texas 2036. Thank you so much for your time, an issue we'll continue to watch and get you back on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.